Hello.
Hey everybody, this is Niall and Alex
with the Drive Home movie reviews, and we just saw The Black Phone 2.
Deuce.
I did not like it as much as the first one.
I liked it more than the first one.
It definitely has more depth than the first one.
The thing I liked so much about this movie is that
The film.
the atmosphere that the filming brought to it, it feels like you're watching an old, one of those old 88 film canister films.
Yeah.
The scratchiness to it, and there's the shaky camera, and that just added so much to that movie.
I hope that they really did film it on film, which was a majority of the movie.
And as we were watching the movie, I kept thinking, like, oh, well, they probably got that idea from Freddy Krueger. Oh, well, they probably got that aspect of it from Stranger Things. And then there's also, a lot of it has to do with dreams. And there's an old book called The Great God Pan. This great god Pan kills little kids. And I don't know, I just feel like they were pulling from a lot of different places.
Go all the way over.
Like Dante's Inferno.
And you mentioned that it was sinister with the filming style. Ethan Hawke also was in.
We're talking about the filming style. If you think back to the movies Sinister and Sinister 2, with the little kids film killing their family, it's like that throughout the whole movie. And it's creepy.
This one had a lot of emphasis on dreams and the family dynamic of the main character. I would say it was good. I thought the first one was scarier, where I think Niall disagrees with me on that.
When we went to the first one, there was so much hype built up about it that, I don't know, I was disappointed with what we got. This one, I guess the opposite. I wasn't sure what to expect. Sequel, they usually suck, and
yeah,
it was good.
It was good. There were some parts that were a little cheesy, but it's definitely different than the first.
Yeah.
Don't think this is going to be an exact replica of The Black Phone, because it's not.
It's a slasher movie.
Yeah.
They even take aspects of Friday the 13th and Freddy. They go to this lake cabin and they somehow stumble upon, I won't give anything away, but the little daughter, there's a scene in the first movie where a supernatural aspect is brought into it, and they expand on that small aspect in this movie. I remember thinking in the first one, well, that was stupid. That came out of left field, but I guess maybe they had this plan. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. What would you rate it?
Rotten Tomatoes gave it, I don't know, when I checked the app it said 76%, but then when I checked online, just like I usually do, it's 84.
Yeah.
I would give it 90.
I would give it a 72. I think it's worth the watch.
Yeah.
I think definitely you should go see it, especially if you like horror
Maybe I'll
movies.
give it an 85. It's Thursday night and the
it was
movie
packed.
Yeah. People were
I
ready
guess
to go see that.
this would be the first day it was out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, we went for our review.
Ethan Hawke, I thought, was the best performance.
Yeah. I think the little girl, so something about this camp is it's a religious camp, and I thought it did a good job of kind of making a commentary on Christians, what the Bible teaches, especially what Jesus teaches, is to love thy neighbor, others first, yourself second, and this woman who works at the Christian camp is that's a demon child. And it's you work here, that is not very Christian of you. So I thought it would call on Christians to do some self-reflection.
I thought it was interesting that a modern day slasher, but it felt probably how those slashers felt to people in the 80s. When you watch those movies now, at least for me, I feel oh, this is so cheesy. They just chopped his head off and it flew over a building. But in this movie, it just felt grounded.
And there are some brutal scenes.
And the fact that it's not him killing teenagers having sex and being mischievous. It's
innocent
he kills
kids.
Little boys. He's a predator.
I was trying to think back to the first one if he was a pedophile.
He would just murder those kids. I'm guessing he got sexual gratification from it.
But I don't know, because Vinny, the main character, he's I have to deal with this, and it's that's traumatic, but was he a pedophile? Did he ever rape, or could they just not put that in the movie? I don't know. Questions to be asked.
But they also had all the beats of a slasher movie. They had the camp counselor who had been to jail, and needed to coach the kid on how to face his fears, and then, like the Christian woman.
It touched on toxic masculinity too, because the guy who had that traumatic event, instead of facing his fears, he let it build up, and that came out in him fighting and getting aggressive and things like that.
I don't know how long after, but it picks up shortly after the end of the first movie, maybe like a year after or 2 years after. It's the son and daughter with their dad after the events of the first movie.
Yeah, and they're called to this like Christian youth camp.
Yeah. I left the movie having a different thought pattern on what hell is. Ethan Hawke says something in the movie, and I just was like, that's kind of how Dante's Inferno describes it. I'd never really thought about it that way. And then also his abilities. It was just a different way of thinking about it that I thought was clever, and somebody put some thought into it.
I do think it was unique in a good way.
And then there were these little dream sequences that
Kind of
in
like
the first half.
montages too, and they're in that grainy film.
My algorithm's weird, but I get these TikTok videos where they show like, different AI scary videos with this weird synthesized back music, and it was like they got the idea from that and they put it in the movie and it worked well.
I agree.
Except there were a few scenes where the actors fell short. Dialogue maybe just wasn't good enough.
There was bits of dialogue that were funny though. You sanctimonious twat.
See, I didn't think that worked. Her cursing, every time she cursed, I was like, that just felt out of place. I don't know.
I thought it was funny.
I heard some people outside talking in the theater, and they would agree with you.
Just because that woman was so self-righteous.
I do think you probably will go to this movie and enjoy it, or you will hate it.
Yeah, but we suggest you go.
Just go being prepared that it's not Black Phone 1.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a franchise. I think there will be a third one. I hope there won't be, but I think there will be.
I don't think there will be. All right, that's our review.
Toodaloo!
Peace and joy. Did you turn off?